Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to come in and grace this event. It is a very important day in the calendar of our country as well as of Nkonki as a firm. This is a firm that traces its roots to 21 years back in Umtata. When the firm was started, nobody ever thought that it would get to this level. Many people wondered, is there a point of having another firm? For that matter, a black firm. Fortunately for the founders of this firm realized that they did not have to think about their blackness. They knew that the blackness will probably get them the opportunity. But once they get inside the boardroom or inside a consulting room, they were no longer going to be regarded as black auditors. And I remember very well interacting with many members within the organization that the blackness was not something that you needed to be putting into the forefront because you didn't want organization when they deal with you to say that we have black auditors, because these auditors had actually gone through the same rigorous exams and tests that everybody has actually undergone. So they are regarded as auditors. And that is what has been inculcated throughout the firm from the day it started. And it has allowed the organization to actually recruit the right caliber of people that believe in the vision of the organization, and it's actually prepared to take it forward. So as you walk through the doors of that organization, if you are not the right caliber of person, you will soon leave. And you could go elsewhere, because you have to be a different kind of animal to actually survive within the Nkonki environment. Nkonki fully understands the expectation that the country has on it as an organization, and fully appreciates all the opportunities that it's actually given. And it always keeps on going back to those people that have taken the risk, taken the chance to try them and give them this opportunity. So they actually make sure that they either live up to the expectation or exceed the expectation. And this is one organization that is not shy, if it has made a mistake, to actually go back and say, listen, we're very sorry. You gave us an opportunity. We didn't do according to maybe the agreement, and help us, let's work together. Help us actually grow the expertise that we need. We're sitting here 21 years after the organization has been started. And like any other organization, there has been teething problems where you obviously have got to learn to crawl, to walk, and run, and be ahead of the pack. It is not an easy task to do. It's a question of a chicken and an egg. There is an expectation you've got to deliver. You've got to build the capacity, the resources, and invest. So you've got to recruit the right talent to stay within the organization, retain them. At the same time, you obviously are competing for the same talent that other people might be looking and poaching. And as a result, as an organization, it has actually donated or given out to the country a lot of its highly competent people, because the way it works is that people just get so impressed. Most of the time, they kind of don't expect the kind of caliber and quality that you actually come across when you start interacting with the members of this organization. We have a slight change into our program, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get Nkonki, who is actually the chairman at Nkonki, who will do the welcoming remarks and welcome everybody. Once that is done, we will quickly move to get the status saved, and we'll actually bring up the guest speaker before we get the results of the research. I hope that is okay with you. Thank you very much. We're running a little bit behind of time, so I will try and ask the speakers to be really brief, to stick to the point, so that we are done at least latest by 12:30, and if probably the establishment would indulge us by maybe an additional 15 minutes, but we'll try and stick to the program as much as we can. I would now like to hand over to Nkonki, who will come and actually give us the welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Sipiwe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome everyone here for the 2014 SOC Integrated Reporting Awards. This has now become an annual event that we are looking forward to, thanks to your willing participation on these awards. We acknowledge our sponsors and their representatives, which in no particular order are Tinel, AXA, ESCOM, IDC, ATNS, Broadband Infraco, SA Nuclear Energy, Transnet, Safcol, and DBSA. So your sponsorship has lightened the load and made this event all the more worthwhile to all of us. So thank you very much for that. A special welcome also to our guest speaker, Lee Roberts, who is a member of the International Integrated Reporting Council and also a chairperson of the working group for the SA Integrated Reporting Council. Welcome. We are also encouraged by the healthy competition among the SOX companies on integrated reporting. It helps all to improve year on year. Like in the prior years, we trust that these awards will make your efforts on integrated reporting all the more worthwhile, as you no doubt can now see that someone is noticing. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 Integrated Reporting Awards. Thank you.
What I'm also going to do now is to call Uzakele to do the introduction, and I will be sharing some of the snippets about the firm. I know that a lot of you go to the website, but sometimes you're going there for a specific purpose, so you might be missing out on some of these very interesting stats and information about this organization. And I'm hoping that by the time we leave this afternoon, you'll be having a better understanding of who Nkonki is and their capabilities, and if you might have been working with them on certain levels, you might actually work with them on other areas. Zakele, please come to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome such a renowned guest speaker here today at our awards. Ms. Lee Roberts will be our guest speaker this afternoon, and as our chairperson Mzi has already said, she's the chairperson of the working group of the Integrated Reporting Committee of South Africa and a member of the working group of the International Integrated Reporting Council. She's also the project director of the Integrated Reporting at SAICA. She's a chartered accountant herself, and I've heard many a time that people say chartered accountants aren't talented besides the number crunchers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be disappointed to find out that she's also a co-author. Her book, which is co-written with Mervyn King, is called Integrate: Doing Business in the 21st Century. I'm just going to give you just a few notes from a book. Before today, I went on to Amazon.com to try and find out about the book. I'd never heard of the book before, and I bought myself a copy. So whoever wants to buy a copy, it's only $32 on Amazon.com. So you're welcome to go onto Amazon.com after this. But Integrate is previewed as an easy read for people in business, and it guides people about how to do business in the 21st century. Both large and small businesses globally require a different way of thinking. This is in the 21st century. You cannot do business like we did in the Stone Ages. Business in the 21st century requires integrated thinking, and integrated thinking requires different tools to what the people in the 60s and 70s required. So, like I said, doing business today is quite different. Different corporate tools are expected and required. Integrated thinking leads to another tool, and this is integrated reporting. And this is the reason why we're all here, Integrated Awards. What does the integrated report do or say about a company? This tells a company's story in any given year, how it creates value and how it can create value in the future. The global financial crisis showed that a more understandable and holistic form of a company reporting is crucially needed. So, ladies and gentlemen, Integrate, Doing Business in the 21st Century, offers practical guidance on integrated thinking and integrated reporting. I am sure that you will agree with me when I say there's no better qualified person than Ms. Lee Roberts to be our guest speaker this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Ms. Lee Roberts to the podium.